Howdy everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to let you know I've got now a continuation of this video I'm showing you right now. So this video I put out last year, May 16, 2017, and for those we are just a few days away from 2019. So this is about a year and a half. So what I'm going to show is a continuation. Now if you want to know how to install Python 3 onto a virtual machine like VirtualBox using Ubuntu Linux, you can watch this video. So those are on the podcast. The video that is called Tutorial on Install Python 3 with VirtualBox and Ubuntu Linux. So this video is different in a way because now what we've done is this is my new edition. A couple of things to note. This is a Lenovo i5 4 megagigabyte system with nothing but Ubuntu on it. I'm going to show you how I installed Linux on it. But a couple of notes about this type of system is I purchased it from a local computer shop that fixes computers. They had a bunch of these kicking around, so I thought, why not pick one up and make use of it? So instead of going out and buying a very expensive server, Windows, Mac, or whatever, like 1,000 plus, let's say, this little thing cost me 150 bucks, Canadian that is as well. So it's extra cheap. So it's got 4 gigs of RAM on it, and it's expandable to 8 gigs. It's a great little starting box to work from, and I'll show you how I installed Linux on it, and specifically Ubuntu. So the first thing you need to do is you need to create a USB disk. So all you gotta do is really just go on over to Ubuntu and download your latest copy of Ubuntu. Now, oops, you gotta love those. No, we don't want that. Ubuntu. I think it's .com. Oh, there it is. Okay, so over at it doesn't matter what Linux you install, but if you're new at this, I'd start with Ubuntu. It's really easy to install. It's got all the drivers that you need that will most likely be recognized on your hardware. This computer that I bought is a 3rd generation computer, so it's about 5 years old, and and Ubuntu, the latest edition, can recognize the latest drivers, so you don't have to worry about installing, going through all the wonky stuff. This is definitely the easiest path. So I've installed the Ubuntu 18.04, and what you want to download is the ISO version. Okay, so you'll get an ISO file once you download it from somewhere in here, but I'm sure most can figure it out. Oh, it's downloading it now. Okay, so let me just terminate that. And what you're going to do is you're going to burn that onto a USB stick. Okay, so basically it's like this, and all it does is just plugs into your USB port on that computer. Most ports have that. The other thing you'll need is a Wi-Fi or internet to access internet, so make sure you got that. And as I said before, Ubuntu should be able to recognize it. So once you get all that downloaded on your local computer, the next thing is I'm on a Mac, and what you want to do is you want to be able to select the image that you download. So in this case, it's ISO, and once you put the that USB key into your port, you select your drive, and then you flash it. So what you're doing is you're burning the image of the operating system, Ubuntu Linux, onto the flash drive or the USB drive, so you get a bootable computer, or a bootable, in the olden days, like a CD or DVD that will boot off your computer. So the next thing you need to do, and I'll put all the links in my blog, the next thing you need to do is, and this software that you want to download if you're on Mac is called Balena Etcher. It's open source, it's free. So that's what you want to look for. It's Balena, B-A-L-E-N-A, Etcher, E-T-C-H-E-R. Okay, so once you burn that ISO onto your USB, the next thing you need to do is you need to do something within your BIOS. So all the instructions are here. It's pretty straightforward. Every computer is different. So when you turn on that computer, you're probably going to have to press F1, F2, F8, or F10 to get this computer to boot into a order of sequences based on the hardware devices that your system has. So for instance, we could first boot it off the hard drive, then boot it off the CD, and then maybe your USB. But what you want to do is you want to follow these instructions to make sure that you put the USB first at the highest priority. Okay, so that means basically you'll get an option of a USB flash drive. Put that as your first option by following these instructions. So basically what I'm saying is you make sure that you're able to get the system, the hardware, the new computer to boot off the USB once you put in your newly burnt flash USB with your image, which is in this case Ubuntu. Okay, so once you install Ubuntu or wish to, you can just come to this video that I highlight here called Tutorial on Install Python 3 with VirtualBox and Ubuntu, and that shows you how to configure Ubuntu. It's really straightforward. I just go with the defaults, and as I said, once it boots up with your network card, it should recognize all the drivers, so you should be right out of the outset be able to connect to your internet if it's through Wi-Fi or whatever you set up at your local system. So it's pretty simple to set up. So again, it was not that difficult, but the hard parts are finding the software to burn your image onto a USB disk and then boot off the disk. So I'm saving you some time here for Mac. Windows, I don't know. Anyways, there's lots of software for Windows, and I'm sure you know how to use Google. Google's your friend, as they say. That's pretty well it to get it up and running. And also, all you need to do, in this video, I also show how to install Python, in my case, 3 onto your computer. Onto your computer or into your Ubuntu environment. So this is all good to go, and hopefully you'll find this sort of useful. We shall talk to you later, and good luck.